Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mid Pokemaster here with IBL Week 2. So last week we unfortunately lost, I believe, 4-0 against Tona's Miami Malamarlins. So hopefully this week we can pick up a win against Merrill. I think that's how you say his name, I'm not 100% sure. And his Slovenian Slowbros. He's also lost week 1, but only 2-0, so he's technically better than us, but we have the same record. But going into this battle into prep, I thought we had a good matchup. But before we even get into the team builder and battle, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe down below if you are pumped for this season and you're going to watch every video of mine this season to see me win the IBL Season 6 champion ship. I don't know why I said ship so much later. So his team consists of a Z Latios, Togekiss, Arcanine, Vaporeon, Registeel, Cryogonal, Megalopony, Superior, Scolipede, Gliscor, and a Lowland Golem that's also Z. So, as you can tell, it's kind of like he has a weird team, but I feel like some parts matched up against me, and some of mine matched up against him. So, as you can see, I'm bringing a modest max speed, max special attack Tapu Koko with Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, Hidden Power Ice, and U-Turn. Just a basics that kind of does a lot of damage against most things. Then next, I'm bringing my boy Zangoose, Swords Dance, Facade, Quick Attack, Close Combat. This thing wall breaks so hard if I play it right. Because his normal resist is a, Registeel. But then Close Combat just destroys that. Now I have a physically defensive Tangrowth for that Megalop with Power Whip, Earthquake, Knockoff, and HP Ice. Then I love this Victini set. I took it from one of my old friends, Hacker. He ran it in the league against a Landorus Therian, and it just destroyed. So I'm using it here against an Arcanine with that Adrenaline Orb that because Arcanine is always your switch into Victini. Because it will take any hit. It might not be able to do much back, but it can take any hit, and it's hard for Victini to wall break unless if it's special. And I love working up on the switch in to the Arcanine with work up Blue Flare, Psychic, and Shadow Ball. This just destroys his team. If Scolopede's weakened, then nothing else besides. Sorry, I'm really stuttering today. Besides a Choice Scarf Latios or a Choice Scarf Superior. Next, I have a physically defensive Mega Aggron with Heavy Slam, Ice Punch, Earthquake, and Stealth Rock. And then I have a max HP, pretty speedy Nidoking with Ice Beam, Sledge Wave, Earth Power, and Thunderbolt. So, yeah, this is my team. So, unfortunately, when we were playing, I had a big storm come over, and my Wi-Fi was just being terrible because it was hitting all the electrical lines and things like that. So we ended up having to play on Showdown, which is unfortunate to have to play on Showdown this early in the season. But there wasn't really much we could do because we played a few turns and we DC'd, and it was like, oh, that's fine. We played again, we got to the same turn and DC'd. So, yeah. But we didn't play the first few turns in this because the damage that happened really didn't mean anything. So, I led Zangoose, he led Megalop. He goes for Fake Out as I switch into my Tangrowth. Then he switches out to Scolipede he goes for Baton Passes. I hard switch to my Nidoqueen. He goes into Scolipede. So this is where we're going to start off. So Nidoqueen and Scolipede. I'm thinking if he's trying to go into it this early, it'll probably just be a hazard stacking mon, or just has to go for an early SD. So he goes for Earthquake, does 69%. I go for the best move possible against him that I have. I go for Earth Power, does 68, which isn't enough, and I have no real switch into this thing at this point. So I just have to sack it off. I have to sack off my Nidoqueen. So Nidoqueen's down. I'm gonna go into what I believe is my Zangoose, which was honestly a misplay. I should have just gone into my Mega Aggron. He couldn't touch me. But at the time, I was just really thinking This thing's a threat. What do I have to beat it now? Instead of thinking, what can defensively take it? I was thinking of just regular Aggron, not Mega Aggron. So this was a misplay early on. So he switches straight into the Arcanine. As I go for quick attack. It shows me he's Rocky Helmet, which was good information to know for later on. So here, I'm just going to go for the Sword Stance because I'm thinking he can't do much to me. So he goes for Flamethrower, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is fine. Even though I'm only +1, I can still do... I might die here, but I can do a crap ton of damage to this Arcanine. So I'm going to stay in and go for a Facade. But he has extreme speed. And in the battle, I completely forgot about this. The Arcanine, for some reason, I really did not think about extreme speed. So, yeah, this thing just, my Zangoose kind of goes down without doing anything. So, I'm going to go Tapu Koko here. I click HP Ice, predicting that Gliscor to come in. Nope, he brings in Registeel, which was a pretty good play. Shows me he's specially defensive. So, I'm just going to U-turn, as I believe he's going to set up Stealth Rocks. And I'm going to go into my boy Victini, which was another misplay. I could have gone into Mega Aggron and got at my own rocks. Because even though he could have gone Arcanine there, and it kind of claimed a kill, not much I could do against it. It helped me later on in the game because Scolipede would have been a way lower, and it would have helped me deal with Arcanine more. So here I actually make a good play for once this game. I know he's going to switch out into Arcanine, so he gets that Intimidate and gets that Adrenaline Orb as I go for Workup. So I'm at +1 Special Attack, +1 Speed. I'm going to go for another Workup here because I don't know what he can do to me. He could have roared, but he Toxic'd here. So here I can just straight up kill him with Psychic. So he goes into Gliscor. He takes that very well. I have a feeling he's going to switch back into Arcanine to take a Blue Flare, knowing that, I don't know, but he was smart there to go for Registeel, knowing that I would probably Psychic. So here I go for Psychic again, predicting him to switch on that. So he just goes for the Iron Head. And now I can just go for the Blue Flare. And that Registeel is gone. But now, I'm going to die to the toxic damage from the Victini. So here, I just go straight into my Aggron. I didn't really feel like there was much else I could do. In the original game, he was already Mega'd, but it really did not matter in this. So now he's Mega Evolved. He just goes straight for the Baton Pass, doesn't even go for Fake Out. As he brings in his Arcanine. As I just go for Heavy Slam because I wanted to try to kill that thing. I knew at this point I really cannot win because I can't break Scolipede. Tapu Koko is really my only offensive mon left, and I can't break it. So he just goes for the Flamethrower here because he had no other play. I go for Thunderbolt and do 34%. He actually switches out and goes into his Megalop as I U-turn. I don't know if he predicted that or what. So I'm just going to go into my Tangrowth here. And I believe he goes for Baton Pass. And I believe I go for EQ here, predicting the Arcanine. Yeah. Only does 25%, which is not a lot at all. He can easily outstall my Arcanine. Outstall the rest of my team. Goes for Flamethrower. I go for Earthquake. I get a crit there. Really big crit. If he doesn't have Morning Sun, I just kill it with anything else that comes in. But he's a good player. He's going to have Morning Sun on his defensive Arcanine. So he goes for Earthquake and kills my Tangrowth with Flamethrower the next turn. So here I go into my boy Tapu Koko. It was my only play left. He goes for Extreme Speed. I'd already forgotten he had shown Extreme Speed. I really did forget about it. So now I go out into Mega Aggron. He goes for Morning Sun and just kind of stalls my Aggron out for the next few turns. So here he goes out into Gliscor for the EQ which was a good play. Just trying to, because he wants to bring back in that Arcanine with Intimidate. So I just go for Ice Punch here. And without that flying typing, because Roost took it away, Ice Punch only does 38%. So I just go for another, I believe, Ice Punch. Yep, does 36, so I can't break this thing either. So he has a pretty free, he goes for Earthquake, does 21%, which isn't really much at all. So Ice Punch barely doesn't pick up the kill. And I feel like here he's going to go for the Roost. So I just go for the Heavy Slam knowing that does more. I still can't break this thing with Mega Aggron. So he just keeps going for Roost here. And I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys. I lose this game because after here, he switches out into his Arcanine. For some reason, I set up Stealth Rock that turn. I could have done it any of those other turns he was setting up. But for some reason, I didn't. So now he just kills me with Flamethrower. So GG to Merrill. I don't, like I said before, I don't know if that's how you say his name, but that's how I'm going to say it. You played great. You prepped well. So GG. Hopefully I see you in playoffs because I'm sure you'll make it. I don't know if I will, but thank you for playing me in this good match. Also, thank you for everybody for watching this match. Don't forget to like and subscribe, as I said earlier, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.